people are enlightened, at least they'll think that this thing should not be done this way, and we should give people positions based on the ideas that they're bringing in table. But in Kenya, we are claiming that we are educated, but our education still does not apply exactly during politics. So those two tribes are still going to enjoy leadership because they have numbers and democracy, which I think has a lot of shortcomings, supporting that once you have numbers, you can run the country. So those two tribes, once they make coalition, they win. So, for example, you're speaking about Gachagua. If Gachagua takes Murkomen as the deputy, they lead for another 10 years because you don't have numbers. And the only thing that can change that theory is when people say that enough is enough and we will scrutinize these individuals. So whether Gachagua becomes president because he has numbers, whether Gachagua is going to be the president, he will be president after the majority of people scrutinize him and think that he's competent to run the country and can bring, has the intellectual wherewithal and leadership ability to bring the common good to many people, other than voting for him because he has numbers. So unless we get knowledge on how things are done, those two tribes are going to have the monopoly of leadership.
Okay, that is well taken, and I partly agree with that, unless we change our mind as Kenyans on how we'll be voting. And then now, after elections, the results were announced. Now, what do you have to say about the splitting of the IEBC officials, where we had the 4 at Serena Hotel, the rest were at Bomas, and the chaos that came out?
It's an absurd thing to see that the commission that was working together got split when we were expecting to get the direction from them. So that itself shows that there were some monkey businesses. So, or the commission could not deliver the credible elections, at least because the commission was not working together. And I believe that there is a reason why the constitution stipulates that those commissions should be servant and they should sign that their agreement, because whatever we saw there, that these two are on the 4 are on the other side and these people are on this other side, they brought confusion. And this country was at the risk of burning down if it were not for Raila Amolo Odinga to go to exercise to give the benefit of doubt to our institutions, which is the judiciary, to look into the matter. People are going to burn this country down, and it was going to be because of the IEBC. What happens when you are given opportunity to run any commission or to bring your ideas on the table or to perform your duty, is that the people that you are working with, you should give people the faith, and you should keep on consulting, because no one owns the monopoly to run those things on their own. So when Chebukati says that there was some division with other members of the commission, the most honorable thing was to sit down with them and listen to their grievances, so that they give people one, they speak as a team when they were united. Because at the time that he announced the result, there was still high chances that he could still sit down, because the constitution said that he could wait until the following day, and those were like 15 or 16 hours that he was still having. So the honorable thing that we were expecting from Wafula Chebukati was that he sit down with those people and listen to them and give them whatever documents that they wanted to confirm, so that when they come out as the commission, we see that they were working together and there is no any monkey business that was going on. So at least people, even after court make their ruling, what entered into the people's mind from the first point was that there was something wrong. That is why many people just agreed, because we are a country that we like exercising giving those institutions authority to speak whatever to give us what they think is the truth. But people are not so much comfortable with those results because of the split from the IBC. It was a bad show, a really bad show.
Yeah, thank you very much. And then later on, we get the Azimio presidential candidate moved to the court. They filed their petition, the lawyers tried their best, and then it came different from their wish. Because when the petition was being filed, it was being said that the court can declare Raila the winner, the court can nullify elections, but then it came into shock. What's your take on the ruling of the court?
I'm not a specialist, and though I think that the results, the more that the language that they used while giving that verdict was not proper. So that is a point that we need to note. They were angry, or they were doing that thing with some information that they wanted to show Raila Amolo Odinga that even if it is not showing Raila Amolo Odinga, but I think that they talked to the president, the current president Ruto, and they were compromised, because the way they were giving the verdict, at least it was to show some master that we did the thing the way you wanted. There is a way you don't call the evidence that people have brought to you hot air. Like, what do you mean by that exactly? And why do you throw them away while saying things? At least they were to be kind while giving that verdict. So I listened to them keenly, because the point that Azimio took to the Supreme Court, they were not light things, because people argued them, and anyone who read them keenly, they had some weight. So, however, we all know that there is a law in lawyers used to say the minimus non curat lex, that law does not count small things. So if the errors were they were not going to nullify. But even using that, it does not mean that you use unkind words. You only use unkind words when there is some big person or someone has compromised you and you want to please them. The language that they use shows that the decision that they made was not just. I hold that view as an individual. A neutral lawyer will consider
I'm losing you. Evans,
if you want to heal, give a
Evans, I'm losing you. Are you getting me?